Welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya. It's Maya's Life. I'm really sorry if this mic sounds a bit dodgy. Every time I move it, it warps the sound. So I'm just gonna try and keep it pretty still. I am vlogging this weekend. We've got a bunch on and it should be really exciting and fun. So a bit of backstory. My boyfriend and I are starting an art school. We've had one event so far, like an open day, just to get people in to know who we are. And we're starting our first class today. So it's a sign painting class run by this really cool and talented sign painter. We did a little practice session the other month and it was really fun. I learned so much. So we've got 5 people coming to that class today. So we're just setting up. I've made a bunch of cakes and sandwiches. So yeah, should be a really nice day. Whilst that's happening, so I'll probably just dip in and out of the class. I'm going to work on some projects in here. I'm thinking I'm going to do some sewing. I found this really nice vintage fabric at the Stitch Festival, I think back in March. And I'm going to attempt to make the hollyhock romper. So we'll see how that goes. And then I've got a few other little bits I want to get on with. I took a bunch of photos of my clothes to put on Vinted, so I need to put those up. And then tomorrow should be really fun because I have a craft cinema event. I'm not running it, but this club in Bath is at the Little Theatre. So we're going to watch Pride and Prejudice. How do you say it? Prejudice. And you can bring your knitting or your crochet and work on your project whilst you watch film. It should be really fun. A busy weekend, but filled with crafts, which I love. I'm going to finish helping my boyfriend set up for the class and then get on with my crafts. So enjoy the vlog. Hello? I just lost the little fluffy thing. I think it still works. I have been summoned to get some refreshments. So let's get some refreshments.
See there, the paint is too thin.
The class is currently in full swing, so I'm just gonna leave them be. So I thought I'd come in here and start doing some sewing. I just also wanted to check if there's any particular content that you want from me. I really love doing tutorials and patterns, and I used to do that a lot at the beginning, but it just takes a lot of time and I don't have that much time. So when I can do a tutorial, it's a smaller, quicker project. So I'm trying to incorporate these vlogs where it's a bit more about me whilst you can see what I'm making, and maybe I'll give you a few tips in between. But let me know what you want to see from me, because if you do want to see tutorials and patterns, I'll put in the time to do that. So yeah, let me know. But I'm just going to print off this pattern and get it all cut out and start the project. Great start when your computer can't find your printer. I don't understand why every printer doesn't work. Okay, it worked. Just had to check the scale was right. Now I can print off all 24 pages. This bit is so time consuming. I always forget that you have to print everything out, cut it out, and then stick it together, and then cut it out before you can even start sewing. So I've just cut and stuck the pattern together, and then now I need to cut it fully out. Currently watching Hunger Games because, believe it or not, at the ripe age of 29, I've never seen them. So I'm getting through all the films. This is the second one and it's pretty good. So yeah, just gonna cut out the pattern and yeah, get on to the next step. Before that, I'm just going to check in on the... Let me draw some on those windows.
Yeah, I can show you how.
Yeah.
And I use like mini rollers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Using your strokes to construct the letter.
It was getting a bit tricky on the floor, so I'm going to bring out this table into the middle and then I can lay the fabric out a bit easier. It's always so tricky when you have a patterned fabric and laying the pieces out so they're in line. I know it's not going to be perfect, but you kind of at least want it to be in line, so I need to figure that out. Everything has been cut out and labelled. I decided to do the pockets in this plain fabric just because I don't think I have enough of this pattern one and it's inside, so it should be fine. I look all dishevelled now. I'm just going to pop to the shops now, have a little break from that and go and find a frame for another DIY that I want to do a bit later on, probably tomorrow, but I want to find a cheap frame in a charity shop, so let's go. I'm not sure what I've updated you on, but I just thought I'd show you that I managed to sew a pocket in, which was slightly complicated. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. Now I think I've got all the pieces. Now I think I can start, obviously, to do the other pocket, but start sewing them all together and it'll finally start looking like a romper. Little interlude. I have like pretty much finished the dress, but I wanted to show my grandma, so I'm just going to go around to hers because she loves seeing what I make and I'm really proud of myself, so I wanted to show her. This lighting is a bit odd. Grandma loved the romper. She was slightly worried about the low back, but that's the vibe. Let me show it to you. So I need to obviously cut all the loose threads. It doesn't look good like that. I'll put it on. So I made it, and for some reason I always do such small seam allowance, even though the pattern said to do a certain seam allowance. So it was huge on me. So to go round each panel and tighten it, which is time consuming, but at least I wasn't like unpicking things. So yeah, I'll put it on. I do think I will cinch in the back slightly just because I feel like it could like fall off, but I'll show you. I'll pan down in a minute. I was also worried that it was going to be see-through. I am wearing like a nude bra, but you can't see it, so that's fine, because I was worried I'd have to like put in lining or get like a nude jumpsuit. Just the back's like a bit loose, so maybe, I mean, even just tightening up the shoulders might work, but we'll see. Let me zoom out. Please excuse the mess in the background. It's been a busy day. Here she is. Yeah, I think I'm going to just like cinch in the back bits just a tiny bit. The bottom is fine. I don't want to go over the waist bit too much because I can't get it over my butt. But she's so cute, and look at the pockets. So proud of myself. So fun. So now I'm just going to trim everything, clean up the raw hems, make it look pretty, and yeah, I'm super happy with it. So I've cleaned up the hem on the bottom and around the arms. I think I'm actually going to put a zip at the back just because it's like perfect when it's on, but when I'm putting it on, I have to really be careful not to rip this. That's because when I cinched it in, so it's less likely to fall off, but now it's like a bit tight around my bum. So I'm going to get a zip. I'm going to put that in, but that'll be probably in a few days. So I'm going to leave it here for this, and I will see you tomorrow for the rest of my crafty activities. Hello, happy Sunday. I just got home from the cinema, which was really fun. I was really nervous for some reason because I've never been to the cinema on my own, but it was really I really enjoyed it. The film was pretty good. But yeah, I just enjoyed like the whole environment of being able to knit. Oh, my toast, my toast. Sorry, just making a snack. Yeah, I think all cinemas you should be able to bring your hobbies with you. So yeah, I'm back home now. I'm just making a little snack. I'll show you the project I'm working on. You might have seen this in other videos, but it is this cardigan. Yeah, I was just working on the sleeve today, a petite knit cardigan. So yeah, now I'm going to have my snack, and then I think I'm going to do some computer admin. So I'm going to edit some of the photos from the class yesterday and put my clothes up on Vinted. So yeah, and then I'll do a little DIY later on. I'm just going to show you. So the other month we bought a projector, and you'd think my boyfriend, who is a carpenter, would know how to measure stuff, but we didn't realise the projector would be this big, and we can't be bothered to put it away every So I finally finished putting up everything on Vinted. That took ages. I mean, I did have 50 items, but still. And now I'm fine. It's like 6:30, and I'm going to get on with my little DIY project whilst my dinner is cooking. So I got this frame yesterday from a charity shop, and yeah, I started sanding it just because it had this like shiny surface, and I needed these little semicircles to stick on it. So yeah, I'm going to use super glue, sand this down a bit more, use super glue to stick them on, and try and make a cute bubble frame. I hope it works. Just checking that these all fit so they're not actually stuck on yet. I'll link where I got these from if anyone's interested in making this. Looks like they should all fit. So now I'm going to probably start on the corners and start gluing it all on. Okay, we've had our first fail, so I'm just soaking this because I don't have any acetone. I should have moved them up a bit because they weren't fitting on the end. So I've already managed to get one off, hoping the rest come off. I managed to do it, and I think it's pretty even. So I'm just going to let that dry a bit more, and then I'm going to spray paint it tomorrow. So if you want to see the result, I'll probably post it on my Instagram story. So make sure to follow me there. So that's the end of my little crafty weekend. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to finish the night by working a bit more on my knitting project, and then I'll probably read for an hour before bed. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.